Sean Grigg and Brad Miller were among 4 changes for Richmond, following the loss of skipper Chris Newman and Jake Batchelor to injuries. The Tigers had lost 7 of the last 8 and had nothing but pride to play for. West Coast had won 7 of the previous 8 and had Daniel Kerr and Nick Natanui return to help seal a top 4 spot. The Eagles in their retro jumpers celebrating 25 years in the competition. Jack Darling opened the scoring with his 16th goal of the season.
And the perfect start for the West Coast Eagles.
Miller answered almost immediately for the Tigers, while Brad Ebert crumbed with little opposition.
Off some hands, Ebert back of the pack. He can stroll in. Easy goal.
Dean Cox popped down the race for treatment before an Eagles old boy spied an unguarded goal.
Morton takes them on against his old club, knows where they are here, and kicks one against the flow.
Miller continued to make an impact in the opening term for the Tigers. Mark Nikoski kicked truly for his 24th of the year.
That was never in doubt.
Ebert gave the Eagles the edge in a 9-goal quarter.
And in the blink of an eye, the West Coast lead by 14.
Quinton Lynch opened his account early in the second term. Andrew Gaff had to come off after a knee-to-knee with Matt Rosa, while Robin Nahas lifted Richmond stocks.
Nahas pounces and goals.
Tip-top touch from Natanui propelled West Coast to take hold of the contest, and Cox came back to land goal number 7.
And from the pocket, finished off perfectly by Dean Cox.
Cox a key cog as the Eagles went 3 goals clear.
He marks on 50, thinks about playing on Nikoski, shrugs a tackle, bangs it towards goal. Arrogance.
Tyrone Vickery's second of the game made it 30 for the season. Natanui then restored a 20-point margin.
They love him here, and they're going to love him for a long, long time.
Jack Darling with the Eagles' 5th major of the term, before Luke Shuey gave the Tigers the slip.
And he burns off Morton. Now Natanui, he's got the set, he's got the Sharon, he's got the goal, he's got everything.
At half-time, West Coast 11-6-72, Richmond 6-2-38. Ebert kicked 2 of the first 3 goals of the third quarter to inflate the Eagles' lead beyond 6 goals.
Directly out, on the button.
Nikoski didn't leave much behind to get West Coast into the 90s.
Nikoski goes all the way home, all by himself.
Daniel Jackson came off injured in his 100th game, and after Shane Tuck landed Richmond's 3rd of the quarter, the Eagles answered with 2 more majors to hit triple figures.
Play on advantage. Kerr from the pocket. Well, it was advantage. He just kicks the goal from the acute angle.
Brett Delidio provided one of the Tigers' highlights of the quarter.
Sits it up long and strong. Spectacular.
Darling made it 4 straight before the Tigers found their claws. Jack Revolt's impact telling. The Tigers' kingpin booted 3 during the term to trim the deficit to 27 points at 3-quarter time.
And that is a massive shot in the arm for the Tigers.
Shannon Hearn made it that much harder for Richmond to rally before the Coasters put the result beyond doubt.
It's a chaos ball. It might work for them. It does. Nikoski outside of the boot, and they're nearly home.
From there, the Eagles worked on improving percentages.
Nikoski, he can spill another. He's got 6.
Revolt kicked 4 to make it 54 goals in the race for the Coleman medal, but the honours clearly went to the Eagles. Full-time West Coast 22-15 147, Richmond 14-6 90. Charles Christian, Big Pond Sport.